Welcome to the Business Happy Hour with your hosts, Frank Coto from Lincoln Lending Group, Ryan Pelky from TampaBay Plumbers, and Doug Ford with Suncoast Roofing Solutions on 970 WFLA. These three business owners will teach you how to work to live it up, not live to work. Now sit back, grab a cold one if you have one, and get ready for some serious business talk with three hilariously serious business owners. Now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Coto.
Good morning, good afternoon, Tampa Bay. It is Frank with the Business Happy Hour, live in studio with Ryan Pelky, owner of TampaBay Plumbing, and my other co-host, Doug Ford, the owner of Suncoast Roofing Solutions. I'm glad to be back. How'd you guys do without me?
Well, we did okay because the company name is actually TampaBay Plumbers. There's a big difference between TampaBay Plumbing
and
TampaBay Plumbers. In fact, you'll see
Don't type
the difference is about 60 employees and about $10 million in revenue
He's going to take
annually.
his belt off and whip you and get out of here.
Believe it or not, there is actually an imposter company called TampaBay Plumbing. Do not be confused.
I had the same thing.
They're Suncoast Roofing.
Yeah, we're
right?
not Suncoast Roofers, by the way. Oh, I got a call from our workman's comp again. Another person got hurt on a job, and they're blaming my company, and they don't even work for us again. This is the second time in a year this has happened. I'm like,
at least it's kind of easy to figure out. You know?
But I just spent money last time on a lawyer just to get it figured out. I'm going to countersuit the lawyer that's bringing it upon me. I'm going to say, you wasted my time and effort. I'm going to sue you for all the issues that's causing me.
Yeah, lots of things that going around right now in the United States that we got to dig in a little bit deeper to figure out what's really going on, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was going to tell the secret that we're actually all in a bunker right now, 5 miles underground, because we have all been labeled as fascist, white supremacists,
racist,
Nazis, something or others. Yeah, some crazy things going on out there.
Very scary stuff to our First Amendment.
Yeah. And that. Thank you, Ryan. That's right where I would like to start today's show. We did put a call out there to all of our listeners and viewers that if anybody wants to call in and join in the debate, we open that. You know, we do support free speech since we do live in America, and we do like to have other people's viewpoints. There's a couple rather popular politicians that may call in during the show, may or may not. But we invite you as the listeners, if you want to call in, feel free to do this. It is on the Facebook page. I posted it about an hour ago, the 800 number, if you guys want to call in. Matter of fact, I'll give that out again in just a moment. But we would like your opinion on what's going on. And the whole, I don't know where to start. I mean, I guess let's start with Donald Trump, because
gosh,
it's always the most entertaining to start with Donald.
I feel like every show it just starts off with that.
What he did, what he didn't do, blah, blah, blah.
What's he going to do?
Obviously, you guys don't agree with me wholeheartedly, but I feel like our country is really divided right now.
Oh, no, I agree with that.
Okay, I mean, and part of it is that we have a president that is not, don't want to blame his speeches, but I mean, he's not really eloquent. He doesn't sound like a president. He just... You know, Ryan brought up a great one. You know, we were talking about the Rob Kennedy after MLK was assassinated. You know, what a great speech. He almost united everybody, whereas Trump just divides everybody.
So
yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the media. I think the vast majority of that problem has to do with the media. I think Trump was never elected because of his eloquent speaking ability. Let's be
quite the opposite.
Clearly.
But you know, Robert Kennedy did give probably one of my most favorite speeches of all time. I mean, it's hard not to get emotional when you listen to that speech. In fact, I'm going to post it on the Business Happy Hour page,
you should,
and I want to get that out there so people can see what that speech was all about, because it really is it is just probably one of the most amazing speeches you'll ever hear.
Well, give the gist, and what you told me was so amazing about what happened in Indianapolis. Is that right?
Well, yeah. Well, Robert Kennedy was on the way to Indianapolis to give a speech in a black part of town. Okay. Before the assassination, before the assassination of MLK actually happened, while he's en route to give the speech, he finds out that MLK Martin Luther King Jr. had been assassinated.
Okay, and
so keep in mind he's already got his speech wrote. He knows what he's going to say, and then on the way he finds out that MLK had been assassinated. So now going to face a largely black crowd, he has to tell that crowd that their beloved leader of civil rights has been assassinated, and he delivers such an amazing speech. It'll literally almost bring you to tears, and we're going to share that on the Business Happy Hour page after the show.
So the bottom line is that was the only city there were not protests in. The speech was an amazing speech about how we should get together, not be separate.
Yeah, the greatest quote I took from it was actually from the Greeks and said, "Tame the savageness of man, make gentle life of the world."
Okay, so it basically means calm down.
Yeah, I mean,
relax,
you have people of all different colors in this world. Why are we so divided among, blacks and whites and whatever different colors you have out there? Why are we so divided? It's ridiculous.
I want to focus on what you said in the pre-production meeting, which was the fact that you believe, to a lot of truth, that our country seems more divided now than it ever has been, at least in our history that we are alive and we remember. And some people are saying that Trump is causing the division. So I have something for you guys as our listeners to ponder. Should our president tell us the truth? Obviously, the president knows things that we don't know. He has access to things that we don't know. He has access to stuff that we do have access to. But a lot of times in the media, we don't see everything because things are skewed one way or the other for obvious purposes. Do you, as Americans, want a president who is going to tell you both sides, good or bad, whether it makes you happy or sad or causes a violent reaction or not, or uproar? Or do you want a president who is going to act more presidential like we've seen in the past, but might hide certain details from you in order to keep the calm or keep the peace?
Well, look, I think you can have both. Why can't you have both? Right after something like that happens, he needs to come out there and have a warm, fuzzy speech to bring people together. Then after that, you can come out and tell them exactly what happened and lay it out and make it, have it be factual.
Yeah,
I mean, why can't we do both? The whole, like you said, I think we talked about a couple weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Why is the president going on Twitter? Why don't we have when we have the presidential, when every news station goes to him? What's it called?
The daily press briefing.
Oh no, you're talking about the what do you do? State of the Union.
State of the Union. Why doesn't he have a State of the Union address discussing the issues going on there? You know what I mean? And bring out the facts. That's what something like that needs to happen. Going out on Twitter and making the statements he's making is just. I'm sorry.
The Twitter thing's one thing, but this whole speech, which we actually have some sound bites from the one yesterday. Let me throw this one out because this I think is the one I believe that's throwing out. There's two of them that I want to throw out here. One specifically referencing the monuments, which I do want to talk about that, and then the other thing talking about the alt left. And I'm going to be very honest, guys. Until I saw this post yesterday, which Ryan, I think we should share on the Business Happy Hour as well. It said what's really happened in Charlottesville. This video shows clips from angles that I have not seen on any news channels, not even Fox News, showing this alt-left that I didn't even know existed.
This is part of the problem, and this is why Americans are so brainwashed right now, because if you go on every news organization, they're calling every single person that was involved in that march, in that protest on Saturday, white supremacists.
Well, they're practically calling all Republicans racist.
And almost all white people.
I take extreme offense to that because, imagine if Black Lives Matter were characterized in that way. Certainly not all Black Lives Matter people are racist thugs. They're not. I mean, just like all the people that were involved in that protest on Saturday were not all white supremacist KKK members.
No.
It's absurd to think that way, and it starts off with that false narrative right from the get-go that puts false perceptions in people's minds.
Right.
And it starts them down the wrong path, and I can guarantee you if people, like when they saw that type of reporting, if they actually took a step back and thought, that's probably not very realistic. I mean, how could every single person be?
No, there was a video I just watched on the drive over here of a white professor. A guy looked like he was 70 years old with glasses, and he was basically trying to stand there, and he clearly was not dressed in any type of KKK uniform. He was dressed in like a suit. Right. And he's standing there just trying to have a conversation with some very angry individuals on the other side, and all they were doing was quoting all kinds of, you're a racist, you're this. And if we are not allowed to have dialogue, then we have no freedom.
Right.
If we don't have free speech, we don't have freedom.
Yep.
The only speech that is protected in the First Amendment is negative speech, not necessarily hate speech, but speech that people don't want to hear.
Exactly.
But then these news stations are doing just that.
They are.
They
are violating the First Amendment, in my opinion. They are squashing the First Amendment.
And so is Google now.
And that we need
that's
to
a
get
whole
into.
other
That's
issue.
even worse.
That's
got me infuriated.
A big issue with
Yeah,
Google.
we'll get into that. I think there's the freedom of speech thing is one of the hot button issues in this country. Obviously, right now, in the left, they do not want freedom of speech. Whether they want to act like they don't, they don't. You look at what's happened in Berkeley and all these campuses across the nation where conservative speakers are blocked from speaking, and there's a lot of violence associated with it. A lot of violence. You got cops being killed by Black Lives Matter followers. That's sounds very much
what happened
like
in Berkeley, violent protests, those groups dressed in those uniforms.
Lots of violence being incited by these groups, and that's being completely overlooked by Google. And then we'll get into the Daily Storm thing later. But the protesters on Saturday were attempting to march into a park where they were blocked by another group of leftists, I guess you would call them.
Who did not have permits, by the way.
They did not have permits.
Who were very organized.
Yep, and the Unite the Right folks, who you can say what you want to say about them, even if they were all white supremacists, which we all know they all weren't.
Right.
Let's just say hypothetically they all were. They still have the right to protest. They still have the right to go and give a speech in a park peacefully.
Right. The plan altogether was to prevent the speeches from happening, and the speeches were to protest the removal of the Confederate statues within that city. And the goal of the other side was accomplished.
Yep, they blocked
stopped
it.
The speech.
They stopped it.
They
they pepper sprayed them.
Yeah, bear mace.
Yep,
bear maced them. Okay?
Exactly.
We got to take a quick break. When we get back, I want to talk about the military operation of stopping the speech. You're listening to the Business Happy Hour on 970 and Facebook Live. Make sure you watch us, tune in, like us, and call in.
Hi, I'm Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. Thank you for choosing us for all of your plumbing, septic, and water treatment needs. What makes us different at TampaBay Plumbers is that we're a local full-service plumbing contractor that can handle any project, large or small, including cured-in-place pipelining, septic installations, and various water treatment products. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or 24/7 by phone at 813-PLUMBER. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you. This is Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. At some point, we've all had to have a drain line snaked out. This typically involves running a steel cable through the drain line in an effort to clear a blockage. This often leaves a film of scale or buildup on the inside of the pipe with a hole in the middle. The only way to properly descale a drain line is to perform a hydrojet service. We use equipment that essentially pressure washes the inside of the pipe, leaving your drain lines free and clear. The two symptoms of a sewer backup are foul odors and slow-moving drains. If you are experiencing either of these, contact us at tampaplumber.net or 813-PLUMBER. My name is Ryan, and I'm the production manager for TampaBay Plumbers, your one-stop shop for all of your plumbing and septic needs. We pride ourselves on building the reputation as the best plumbing and septic company in the Tampa Bay area. But don't take it from me. Look us up on Google and you will see that we have a 4.8 star rating with over 100 reviews. We also have multiple awards and recognition from multiple online review sites such as Angie's List, Yelp, and Facebook. We do everything plumbing and septic, from residential to commercial, new construction to service. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER. I'm Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. As a plumbing and septic company with over 100 years of combined experience, we know how frustrating a sewer backup can be. That is why we pride ourselves on being able to identify the cause of a problem before a backup ever happens. One of the tools we use to identify a problem in the sewer system is a video inspection camera. This camera runs through the drain line and is able to identify and locate any problems in the sewer system on a live feed. We then take that information from the live feed and are able to provide a recommendation on how to best fix the problem, oftentimes without the use of any excavation. If you are experiencing any problems with your sewer system, you can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER.
Hi, I'm Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers, and welcome to our website. So what's different about TampaBay Plumbers? Everything is different about us. Our company does literally everything that involves plumbing, water, drainage, sewer, septic. We handle it from A to Z, which is completely different than just about every company in town. If you call a plumber, they don't do septic necessarily. Definitely if you call a septic contractor, they don't do plumbing. In addition to doing a very wide scope of services, we do them extremely well. And the reason why is our process and our people. We have spent many years perfecting our craft, and we've also spent many years finding the best people to operate our system. And we have by far the best plumbers in town. I will put my guys up against any companies, anywhere, anytime, any place. And that's just evidence in the type of quality work that we put out. Go online and look at our reviews on Google, look at our reviews on Angie's List. No one else is as highly rated as us unless they're putting bogus reviews up. But our company takes a lot of pride in what we do on a daily basis, and we hope that you give us a chance. Again, I'm Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. Thanks a lot for visiting our site.
Everyone has a bank, but you definitely need a Frank. Lincoln Lending Group specializes in mortgages that banks won't touch, like loans for people with 1 day out of foreclosure, bankruptcy, and short sale. Call Frank today at 813-MORTGAGE, and remember, you drop the E and he drops the fee. Call Ryan at 813-PLUMBER for the most reliable professional plumber in town. TampaBay Plumbers is available day and night for your emergency plumbing needs. Find them on the web at tampaplumber.net and get a coupon for service. Do you have a roof leak but no one to trust? You need to call Doug with Suncoast Roofing Solutions at 888-888-ROOF, where honesty, integrity, and craftsmanship come first. Find them on the web at suncoastroofingsolutions.com. And now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Coto.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour. This is an interesting one to say the least. Picking up real quick where I said we were leaving off is if you take a moment to Google this video, and I'm sure this video is put out by somebody who clearly is on the right. You know, I don't know if he's a racist or whatever, but the way he presents himself in the video is pretty normal, and he states facts and shows videos. The key I want you guys to watch is the video that's the only one I've seen online that shows the group Antifa, A-N-T-I-F-A. I did not even know who these people were. Okay, and a matter of fact, when I saw the video, the first thing I thought was, I'm like, man, are those more the Nazi guys? You know, dressed in black? They're you know, the bad
very
guys.
Intimidating looking.
Very. I mean, they're the ones that you know the media is denying did not have sticks. Okay, watch the video. They have nothing but shields and sticks and helmets and literally communist symbols. But I looked up to see who they are. And where do they come from? And it says the Antifa is a radical pan-leftist politics of social revolution group applied to fighting the far right. Its adherents are predominantly communists, socialists, and anarchists who reject turning to the police or the state to halt the advance of white supremacy. Instead, they advocate popular opposition to fascism, as we have witnessed in Charlottesville. So, clearly, this is on the Washington Post.
So why is that not posted? Or
I don't know, Doug.
So that's the issue.
Why? We know why.
Anything like, why is media not?
I mean, this is the Washington Post. I'm reading this right now, so I mean, it is a left, maybe more left side, but it's.
Well, as we know, the media
can
push you in any direction they want.
Right.
Yeah.
They can make you see what they want you to see. And people don't like, that's what I don't understand, how people are so ignorant to only one side or the other.
Everyone needs to take a step back when they watch this type of stuff. You hear the HBO just came out with a completely one-sided mini documentary on what happened in Charlottesville.
Saying, oh, this is the greatest story, listen to the story, and it's only one-sided.
I challenge the people that have an immediate reaction to that to take a step back and think about it. You need to look at at this video that Frank's telling us about. What's the title?
The truth in Charlottesville.
Yeah. What really happened in Charlottesville? And you'll see it's a gentleman with a red shirt on. It's from the right side. So again, you have to step back from that and say,
sure.
you know what?
Maybe that's the problem. We need to have media start playing both sides.
Unbiased media, Doug?
Like,
that's a bad word.
You have to be able to tell both sides of the story because there's always two sides to a story.
Exactly. And that's what Trump said the other day, and he was completely chastised for it. He's still getting burned for it.
Well, it's not that he's chastised, that he just says he at that time that he's saying things, he's saying it at the wrong time.
All right, let's hear this.
We must love each other, show affection for each other, and unite together in condemnation of hatred, bigotry, and violence. We must rediscover the bonds of love and loyalty that bring us together as Americans. Racism is evil, and those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans.
Now, was that after the backlash?
That was after the backlash.
That was what he said on Monday.
Yeah,
and
so
the only thing that he forgot was Antifa, and you could probably even lump Black Lives Matter in with that. There's a whole bunch of other groups.
But he's a racist if he says those.
Yeah.
Isn't that the problem, guys? He becomes a racist if he even mentions the other side. That is the sickening part of what's going on right now.
That's the problem with our media.
And you know, the other problem, and I'm directing this at all of my fellow Trump supporters out there, is yes, I know that, you know, you all are working and you're busy and you're caring about your family and you're scared to protest. My wife said it to me this morning. She said, you know, no matter what her views are, she's scared to protest. But something has to give. You can't sit back being called something you're not over and over and over. And all Trump did was tell the truth, maybe not very eloquently until that
Well,
one.
the thing is, everything that we're dealing with has been going on for hundreds of years.
Probably thousands of years.
Thousands of years. So, I mean, it's not anything new. It's that, you know, we have a president right now that, as we talked about, is a CEO of a big corporation. He's not uniting the people together. And that's the problem I have. That's it.
Let me dwell. Can I dwell on his 1,000-year comment?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Try.
Thousands of years. We had a great conversation earlier today about
pyramids.
About the monument thing and symbols. Listen to what Trump says, and this really pissed people off, but we're going to dwell on this. Here we go.
Take a look at some of the groups, and you see, and you know it if you were honest reporters, which in many cases you're not, but many of those people were there to protest the taking down of the statue of Robert E. Lee. So, this week it's Robert E. Lee. I noticed that Stonewall Jackson's coming down. I wonder, is it George Washington next week? And is it Thomas Jefferson the week after? You know, you really do have to ask yourself, where does it stop?
Oh, Washington?
The Egyptian pyramids.
Thank you, Doug. So, the pyramids, guys, if you do know what they are, have been around for 4,000 years. And you know who built the pyramids, Ryan?
Slaves.
How many slaves, Ryan?
Hundreds of thousands of slaves.
Probably millions.
Over the course of 30 years, 40 years.
Some of them hundreds of years.
Many of them died. And there were good stonemasons there, too.
How about the Colosseums in Italy?
How about all of the statues? You and I just got back from Italy. Rome, how many statues? Every corner there's a statue. Do you know what those guys stand for?
Usually not
good things.
You know what's really sad?
Not things that we would agree with today.
Correct.
But the statues still stand.
You know, what's really bad is that it could be turned another way, and that the United States was really responsible for ending slavery worldwide.
Yes.
We are responsible for ending slavery on a worldwide basis, and yet here we are.
I think the greatest quote you said is that we erase history,
and what happens?
We repeat it.
Exactly.
Yep.
If you erase it, you repeat it. If you remember it, you won't repeat it. And I'm sorry, but those statues, those men stood for something. They died for something. I have family members on both sides of this war. I have a family member, a family in my family from North Carolina, and there were two brothers. One went to the north, one went to the south. And the sad thing, neither came home.
Both of them died.
Both of them
Doesn't
died.
surprise me, because if you put every single able fighting age male from the South in a room, 90% of them would have been gone at the end of that war. From the North, at least 50% would have been gone.
Guys, these were our families.
There was more sacrifice over slavery in this country than anywhere else in the world ever.
Yeah, we got to take a break, but let's keep on this, get into this Google thing. Lots more to talk about. I hope somebody wants to call in. We'd love to hear your opinion. You're listening to the Business Happy Hour. We'll be back in a minute.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thank you for choosing us for all of your plumbing, septic, and water treatment needs. What makes us different at Tampa Bay Plumbers is that we're a local full-service plumbing contractor that can handle any project large or small, including cured-in-place pipelining, septic installations, and various water treatment products. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or 24/7 by phone at 813-PLUMBER. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you. This is Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. At some point, we've all had to have a drain line snaked out. This typically involves running a steel cable through the drain line in an effort to clear a blockage. This often leaves a film of scale or buildup on the inside of the pipe with a hole in the middle. The only way to properly descale a drain line is to perform a hydrojet service. We use equipment that essentially pressure washes the inside of the pipe, leaving your drain lines free and clear. The two symptoms of a sewer backup are foul odors and slow-moving drains. If you are experiencing either of these, contact us at tampaplumber.net or 813-PLUMBER. My name is Ryan, and I'm the production manager for Tampa Bay Plumbers, your one-stop shop for all of your plumbing and septic needs. We pride ourselves on building the reputation as the best plumbing and septic company in the Tampa Bay area. But don't take it from me. Look us up on Google and you will see that we have a 4.8-star rating with over 100 reviews. We also have multiple awards and recognition from multiple online review sites such as Angie's List, Yelp, and Facebook. We do everything plumbing and septic, from residential to commercial, new construction to service. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER. I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. As a plumbing and septic company with over 100 years of combined experience, we know how frustrating a sewer backup can be. That is why we pride ourselves on being able to identify the cause of a problem before a backup ever happens. One of the tools we use to identify a problem in the sewer system is a video inspection camera. This camera runs through the drain line and is able to identify and locate any problems in the sewer system on a live feed. We then take that information from the live feed and are able to provide a recommendation on how to best fix the problem, oftentimes without the use of any excavation. If you are experiencing any problems with your sewer system, you can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers, and welcome to our website. So what's different about Tampa Bay Plumbers? Everything is different about us. Our company does literally everything that involves plumbing, water, drainage, sewer, septic. We handle it from A to Z, which is completely different than just about every company in town. If you call a plumber, they don't do septic necessarily. Definitely if you call a septic contractor, they don't do plumbing. In addition to doing a very wide scope of services, we do them extremely well. And the reason why is our process and our people. We have spent many years perfecting our craft, and we've also spent many years finding the best people to operate our system. And we have by far the best plumbers in town. I will put my guys up against any companies, anywhere, anytime, any place. And that's just evidence in the type of quality work that we put out. Go online and look at our reviews on Google, look at our reviews on Angie's List. No one else is as highly rated as us unless they're putting bogus reviews up. But our company takes a lot of pride in what we do on a daily basis, and we hope that you give us a chance. Again, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thanks a lot for visiting our site.
Everyone has a bank, but you definitely need a Frank. Lincoln Lending Group specializes in mortgages that banks won't touch, like loans for people with 1 day out of foreclosure, bankruptcy, and short sale. Call Frank today at 813-MORTGAGE, and remember, you drop the E and he drops the fee. Call Ryan at 813-PLUMBER for the most reliable professional plumber in town. Tampa Bay Plumbers is available day and night for your emergency plumbing needs. Find them on the web at tampaplumber.net and get a coupon for service. Do you have a roof leak but no one to trust? You need to call Doug with Suncoast Roofing Solutions at 888-888-ROOF, where honesty, integrity, and craftsmanship come first. Find them on the web at suncoastroofingsolutions.com. And now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Coto.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. More good stuff here. So, hopefully you've thought about my question I presented in the first. What do you want your president to say? Do you want the truth or not? Unfortunately, in our society right now, more times than not, we have to dig for the truth. Sadly, we have to go to people like Assange or TMZ, which our producer in here is just showing us a TMZ video where a lot of new videos of this car thing that happened are coming out. And who knows what may really happen, if the guy stopped or tried to. I don't know what he did, but,
Well, it's sad because they cut out the whole video, so then you're left with just the bad part. You don't see what happened before.
Right.
So what happens if this goes to trial, and in the trial the whole video is shown? Mm-hmm. The part that was cut out intentionally by the media to fuel a race war. Right. And then he's acquitted. Then what's going to happen? I mean,
Doug, are you moving?
No,
you can see the writing on the wall, though.
Yeah. Another race war or something. Yeah. Let me bring this up. This is on the screen right now, and honestly, it just pisses me off. It's talking about David Duke coming out supporting the president and saying thank you for saying both sides. It's just because somebody says they like you doesn't mean that's your friend or you agree with them. I mean, hell, exactly. Doug likes me. I don't agree with anything.
I don't think anyone that has a rational mind can say that both sides weren't at fault for what happened in Charlottesville. I just don't see it. If you actually look at the videos and you look at it with an objective mind, I don't see how you can make that conclusion.
You have to do your own research. You need to go look at those videos. You need to see what other groups were there. My bottom line is that it was a military strategy by this organized group, and they prevented the speeches, and they were flanking all those other guys. So when they were told to disperse, which they knew was going to happen with no police intervention, there's going to be violence. So you know who should blame? How about the police?
The police are to blame.
We're the police, guys.
Yeah, has anyone brought that up yet?
I mean, I don't know, but if you got a bunch of guys who everybody supposedly hates walking down the street, and there's another group that hates them, and they did say that it was not the state police did nothing, and then the Charlottesville police didn't come on scene for an hour after it was over.
Yep.
So
I think it's important to note that
who's giving that order?
That the Unite the Right in their permit application specifically requested barricades be placed along the route to prevent the anti-protesters and violence from occurring.
To prevent violence, not prevent the other guys from coming.
So the permit was issued and then revoked by the governor. And then the ACLU and Unite the Right sued federal court, won, got the permit reinstated 2 days before the march, roughly, and then the barricades were in place, the police presence wasn't there. They completely let this get out of control.
It was done on purpose. So the American Civil Liberties Union fought for, you could say, the KKK or the alt-right to have a permit. Why?
Because they believe in freedom of speech.
Correct. And because if they did not fight for that, then it would not be logical for them to fight for any other group, including themselves, or any other minority group who wants to speak. And that's the beauty of our country.
Exactly.
A comment was made to me earlier today when getting ready for this, saying that certain countries, like Germany, they say you're not allowed to name your child Adolf Hitler, okay? And you can't do the Nazi salute and all that. Well, I looked it up because I've never heard that before, right? And I looked it up. And it's not just that. It's that in a lot of countries, in Germany and I think Switzerland's another one, you have to name your child and identify their gender. You're not allowed to name your boy Kate. You're not allowed to name your girl John.
So what about Adolf? Can you name your kid Adolf in Germany?
It said that
there's people that have named their names are Adolf. Yeah. I just think you can't have Hitler. Attached to it.
But believe it or not,
Adolf,
there's 11
middle name Hitler.
There's 11 countries that don't allow this and other things. And the gentleman I was talking to thinks that's a good idea. And I said, whoa. I was like, aren't we in America for a reason? I don't get it. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, you can say anything you want.
Exactly. That's the whole purpose of the First Amendment. It's not to protect great speech and nice speech. It's to protect hate speech and very, very offensive speech.
Yes, controversy. It's to protect controversial speech.
So I wonder what this is just totally off topic, but I kind of wonder what the average age is for all these different protesters. Is it the younger kids?
All you got to do is look up the word millennial, Doug.
So is that what you think? You think it's all millennials? Like, are they just angry because of the whole recession and how the economy is going? They can't get a job. They just have nothing to do. I mean, this stuff. I mean, I know this happens. It does happen a lot, but it seems a lot more recent than.
So I'm going to risk being called a racist when I say this, okay? but who has time to show up to all these protests? Who, if they are working,
Nobody
can go to these protests if they're in school?
I did see something, and it was I think it was a Craigslist post, and it was actually asking for protesters to go to Charlottesville and was going to pay them.
Yes,
like $20 an hour.
Paid protesters.
$20 an hour to go
protest. That's the George Soros fund.
Well, so is that what's happening?
What's minimum wage right now? Like $8.30? Is that what it is? I don't even know.
Minimum wage federally is $7.25.
So these guys are getting paid 3 times minimum wage, and they're getting a baton, and they're getting a helmet.
So why is nobody researching that, looking into that?
Well, they are. It's just not being It's publicized. Look at again. Everything goes back to the media and the way they portray what's actually happening.
There's only one person researching it. His name's Donald Trump.
And the Business Happy Hour.
Yes.
So we need to talk about the dailystormer.com, whether anyone that's...
Guys, go Google the Daily Stormer, dailystormer.com.
Now, who's... what side is that? Is that alt-right, or is that...
That's like a neo-Nazi, white supremacist type website.
All right, might not want to Google that.
No,
I'm kidding.
Google
do it. You need to do it, and guess what you're going to find?
You find absolutely nothing.
Doesn't exist as of what, last night?
Yesterday at about, I think like around 1 o'clock, GoDaddy and Google yanked their domain registration, which, if you know anything about websites, you have to have a registered domain, and it has to be indexed by Google and GoDaddy in order for it to be found on any search engine. So they yanked their domain registration, which basically has forced the Daily Stormer to go on to what they call the dark web, the black web or dark web.
Mm-hmm. So is this? Am I crazy? But is this censorship at the highest level?
No, you're not crazy at all. And this is what I think is probably the biggest piece of news that no one's talking about today. I think Google has gone off the edge on this one. I think that they have clearly shown bias towards their own political agenda. Because their reasoning and their statement, which I can't find their statement now, by the way, which I think is incredibly interesting, but Google put out a statement yesterday which has been retracted, or at least I can't find it anywhere on Google's websites, that says that because the Daily Stormer no longer followed their guidelines because they elicit violence, they were delisting the site. Okay, so by that same standard, how many groups can you think of right off the top of your head that are on the left side that elicit violence? Antifa?
Yeah, Black Lives Matter.
Black Panthers. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's probably 100 of them, right?
Yeah.
That elicit violence, that have killed cops, that have marched down the street, pigs in a blanket, fry like bacon. This is eliciting violence. Why haven't those been delisted? Why haven't those had their domain registrations yanked?
So I want to put this out there. Our listeners, we don't support any of this. We're just basically letting people know. And I mean, it's just
we feel an obligation.
It's all about the First Amendment.
This is an unbelievable, huge moment in time. Google became the world's most powerful company overnight when they did that, because now they control everything that all the information that you're going to have when you search for something. They control the results.
They do.
And you just said right here in the beginning of the show that you tried to look it back up during the show, and you said, everybody knows how Google self-populates it. It knows what you're typing, and it uses trending and whatnot.
Yep.
Which I got another story I got to tell you, and it pops up. It would not pop up on Ryan's phone.
No suggested results. If you put in Google, polls, domain registration, Google cancels. No suggestions.
Right. So totally, Doug likes to get us off topic. I'm going to do it once. Totally off topic, but interesting to this whole Google thing. The other night, I'm laying in bed with my wife, and she talked about we needed to book this hotel. Let's just call it the Bryce Hotel or something like that in Savannah. And she made a comment, or I made a comment, hey, are you going to book the Bryce? Oh, yeah, I need to book the hotel, whatever. And she got on her phone, and she had not even been searching this, and she started typing in Hotel Inn, and her phone pulled up Bryce Hotel, Savannah.
So it's funny you say that. My wife and I were doing the same exact thing the other day, and it was her and I conversation. It had nothing to do with anything we'd ever posted, and a suggestion came up when we were just talking about it.
It's listening, guys.
Yeah.
It is absolutely listening.
Because Rachel are like, how would they have known that if they hadn't heard us talk about it?
Yes, that's my point. There was no typing of anything. There was no research.
So I'm going to call for it right now, and I don't know if it's been called for on any other shows or anything else in America, but I'm calling for antitrust laws and antitrust lawsuits to be placed against Google.
Dismantled.
And Google needs to be dismantled, just like Standard Oil. Yeah, I mean, and so many other companies that have had to be broken up over the years. They have a clear monopoly on search, and now they're taking advantage of it by displaying results based on their political agenda. Period. You can't even deny it.
Yeah,
it's right in
Facebook
writing.
Facebook got caught during the election.
It's in writing on their reasoning for yanking the domain registration for the Daily Stormer.
So whose side are they on? Whose side are we on, guys? Are we not all Americans? This whole thing about speech and white versus black. Why can't we all just be Americans?
Can't we just get along?
Thanks, Rodney. Guys, we got to take a break. We got one more segment coming up. Who knows where this thing is going to go? But the goal is let's all get along, but let's tell the truth at the same part. This is Rodney King. We'll be back in just a minute on the Business Happy Hour. You're listening to Ryan, Doug, and Frank. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. Thank you for choosing us for all of your plumbing, septic, and water treatment needs. What makes us different at TampaBay Plumbers is that we're a local full-service plumbing contractor that can handle any project, large or small, including curtain-place pipelining, septic installations, and various water treatment products. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or 24/7 by phone at 813-PLUMBER. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you. This is Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. At some point, we've all had to have a drain line snaked out. This typically involves running a steel cable through the drain line in an effort to clear a blockage. This often leaves a film of scale or buildup on the inside of the pipe with a hole in the middle. The only way to properly descale a drain line is to perform a hydrojet service. We use equipment that essentially pressure washes the inside of the pipe, leaving your drain lines free and clear. The two symptoms of a sewer backup are foul odors and slow-moving drains. If you are experiencing either of these, contact us at tampaplumber.net or 813-PLUMBER. My name is Ryan, and I'm the production manager for TampaBay Plumbers, your one-stop shop for all of your plumbing and septic needs. We pride ourselves on building the reputation as the best plumbing and septic company in the Tampa Bay area. But don't take it from me. Look us up on Google and you will see that we have a 4.8 star rating with over 100 reviews. We also have multiple awards and recognition from multiple online review sites such as Angie's List, Yelp, and Facebook. We do everything plumbing and septic, from residential to commercial, new construction to service. You can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER. I'm Ryan with TampaBay Plumbers. As a plumbing and septic company with over 100 years of combined experience, we know how frustrating a sewer backup can be. That is why we pride ourselves on being able to identify the cause of a problem before a backup ever happens. One of the tools we use to identify a problem in the sewer system is a video inspection camera. This camera runs through the drain line and is able to identify and locate any problems in the sewer system on a live feed. We then take that information from the live feed and are able to provide a recommendation on how to best fix the problem, oftentimes without the use of any excavation. If you are experiencing any problems with your sewer system, you can find us at tampaplumber.net or call us at 813-PLUMBER.
Hi, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers, and welcome to our website. So what's different about Tampa Bay Plumbers? Everything is different about us. Our company does literally everything that involves plumbing, water, drainage, sewer, septic. We handle it from A to Z, which is completely different than just about every company in town. If you call a plumber, they don't do septic necessarily. Definitely if you call a septic contractor, they don't do plumbing. In addition to doing a very wide scope of services, we do them extremely well. And the reason why is our process and our people. We have spent many years perfecting our craft, and we've also spent many years finding the best people to operate our system. And we have by far the best plumbers in town. I will put my guys up against any companies, anywhere, anytime, any place. And that's just evidence in the type of quality work that we put out. Go online, look at our reviews on Google, look at our reviews on Angie's List. No one else is as highly rated as us unless they're putting bogus reviews up. But our company takes a lot of pride in what we do on a daily basis, and we hope that you give us a chance. Again, I'm Ryan with Tampa Bay Plumbers. Thanks a lot for visiting our site.
Everyone has a bank, but you definitely need a Frank. Lincoln Lending Group specializes in mortgages that banks won't touch, like loans for people with 1 day out of foreclosure, bankruptcy, and short sale. Call Frank today at 813-MORTGAGE, and remember, you drop the E and he drops the fee. Call Ryan at 813-PLUMBER for the most reliable professional plumber in town. Tampa Bay Plumbers is available day and night for your emergency plumbing needs. Find them on the web at TampaPlumber.net and get a coupon for service. Do you have a roof leak but no one to trust? You need to call Doug with Suncoast Roofing Solutions at 888-888-ROOF, where honesty, integrity, and craftsmanship come first. Find them on the web at suncoastroofingsolutions.com. And now, your host of the Business Happy Hour, Frank Coto.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It's a final segment. I hope you found this exhilarating, informing. Maybe it's opened your eyes. Maybe it's caused you to Google something. Maybe what you Google isn't there because you're being censored.
Good chance.
Maybe you're just going to say it. It's going to pop up on your phone. Who knows? But we know Big Brother's watching either way. Hey, I want to do a little positive note. Doug, you've got an awesome charity that we're all supporting that we forgot to mention last week.
Yeah, we completely forgot. So No Roof Left Behind, we are giving away a free roof in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. And right now you just got to go to our website, suncoastroofingsolutions.com. We have a link there to go onto the site, and you basically nominate somebody that you feel needs a new roof that is either going through tough times or has had some issues, or a family member that has issues, they can't afford it. And we'll be we do the polling ends I think October 30th, and then we'll be putting the new roof on sometime in the end of November, beginning December.
How many submissions do you have so far?
We have about 28 right now.
Okay,
it's only been
good odds, guys.
It's only been about a week.
Man,
so the goal is to have a little over 100 plus. By the time we do the
that's
drawing.
still incredible odds. You kidding me?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
1 in 100 chance of getting a new roof on your house. And of course, you're going to look and see who's qualified.
Yeah, so people, what they're doing is they're submitting pictures of their home, they're telling their story, and then I have a panel that I put together that's going to be going through all the nominations and picking out the best person. So this year we're doing 1. My goal is next year to do 2, and the year after that to do 3.
That's really cool, dude.
So,
yeah, Lincoln Lending supports that, and I know Tampa Bay Plumbing. Tampa Bay Plumbers. Tampa Bay Plumbers.
Tampa Bay Plumbing actually does support that.
Yes.
Too bad they don't have any money to give you. Tampa Bay Plumbers, however, does. So we will be helping you out.
Man, yeah. Hey, guys, by the way, awesome, Doug, and we do support that. But the interesting on TV right now, if you look up, Pence is talking about the United States will not stand by as Venezuela crumbles. Do you guys not see, something? Are we going down this path? If you think about it, if you got those AFTA guys and they're literally self-proclaimed communists, All right, and this is what the left supports, which I'm not saying they do, but if it is, then we're going to end up just like that. I mean, we're all old enough to remember Venezuela being a very rich, prosperous, democratic
we
country.
We had that guest on here that was talking
about Maria Leaks, right. And I'd like to get her back on to talk more about what's going on here, because her opinion in that Venezuela thing is amazing.
It's shocking to see that here's the litmus test right here, guys.
Yeah.
See, look what happened. This is reality.
Right here in our hemisphere, guys.
Yeah.
It's
Check
happening.
it out. This is what happens when you become a socialist country.
Right. This is what happens when you don't have free speech and you don't have choices. And the government literally, remember we talked about the two political opponents to the fake election guy got pulled out of their houses in their pajamas the night after the election because they were speaking against the election.
Yeah,
I mean,
guys, exactly.
Come on. Free speech, man. And Doug brought up something in the last segment that I want to reiterate is that, we're not here trying to tell you what to believe. We are here as warriors of the First Amendment.
Exactly.
Okay? Whether I disagree with what you say or not, you have the right to say it.
Absolutely.
That's why we extended the invitation for people to call in, to come into the show, to be here, because I want you to be able to talk. Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do.
That's why I want to see Trump come on, and I want to see him make a statement that protects the First Amendment and says anyone that's going to block a protest and a protester's right to protest and dampen or hurt or eliminate their chance to speak, that needs to be
protected,
majorly protected. And God forbid if you go violent on it, you need to be arrested, thrown in prison. If you're going to be breaking Starbucks windows in Berkeley, these spoiled little brat kids, and they need to go to jail.
I don't care. And here's the problem. I don't care if it's 99 versus 1. I don't care if Doug's the only guy saying one thing and 99 people are against him and they start getting violent. Every single one of them gets arrested.
I mean, anytime you take down a monument that's defacing public property.
Okay, so how about it just happened in Raleigh, Durham?
But they have video of every person doing that. Why are they not going and putting them in jail?
The people who videoed, the people who stomped on it, the people who spit on it.
Like, that's just, to me, common sense.
Yeah.
And you know what? Something public,
Monument goes back up.
Monument goes back up. Absolutely.
It's done legal.
What I just read is Baltimore just took down a bunch of monuments, but it was the city that did it. They did it overnight.
Okay, so let's bring this up before we end.
Yeah.
Stacy White, he got a little busy. He wasn't able to call in. Hopefully we'll have him on the show. He's a county commissioner here in Hillsborough County.
Love it, what he said.
He's proposing a law.
An ordinance
that you cannot remove a statue in Hillsborough County of any kind without what?
A vote.
A vote? What's that?
Unbelievable.
A vote.
I mean, that's common sense.
And look, guys, if you disagree with that, you are not American.
I support that 1,000,000%.
Like this, where did you say? Baltimore?
But the city took them down, so they obviously maybe had an internal vote. But I think it's because they didn't want any riots. You know? So they're basically defusing the situation before it happened, and they're trying to figure out what to do with those statues.
So put it back up.
Well, maybe they create a different park and put all of them in a park and make that.
Hey, fair enough.
Whatever they do, that's up to them. But the point is, they obviously, as a city, they decide.
And how about this? If certain cities don't want them, okay, because this has happened in these protests. If one city doesn't want them, there have been tons of cities who says we do want them, but they will not give them to them. They are destroying these monuments for our history. So I got an idea. Business Happy Hour summer trip. We're going to Egypt. And we are going to protest the pyramids. Who's in, guys? Facebook us now.
Well, we should go look at them before they tear them down.
Oh,
because, I mean, clearly that's
the direction we're all headed.
Yeah, that's the direction we're headed.
I mean, we laugh, guys, but that is seriously the direction we're headed. And Trump is right. George Washington was a slave owner. I don't want to get into semantics over all that, but
why mess with Lincoln? You know what I mean? Like
because they don't even know.
They're defacing Lincoln, and he's the one that abolished slavery.
Yeah, but that's how ignorant these people are that are doing this.
Like he's a Republican.
They have no idea.
The funny thing is they call the Republicans racist, and it wasn't the Democrats are the ones that wanted
historically, absolutely.
Well, the Democrats were the Republicans were founded to abolish slavery.
Exactly.
Lincoln was the very first leader of the Republican Party.
Unbelievable.
But it's okay. That won't be in the history books anymore. I don't know.
Or people just choose to ignore that fact.
My kids can't sit Indian style anymore. You hear that?
Crisscross applesauce.
Crisscross applesauce.
Crisscross applesauce. That's what I told my daughter.
Talk to your kids about that, guys.
Yeah.
I want to change that. I don't know. Come on, guys. Anyway, it's been a good show, guys.
Yeah, Google, I'm coming after you.
Google, Ryan's coming after you. Pyramids, Doug and I are coming after you.
Coming after Google.
You pharaohs better stay in your graves. You're going down. Hey, guys, have a great week. We'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll be a little more calm and it'll be a nicer America. Have a great weekend.